Alright guys, Afterburn here. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Afterburn Assembles. I don't call it that, but I like saying it in my head. It's pretty funny. Anyways, we're starting issue 11. Let's go. Okay, in issue 11, these are the 4 sections we're going to be doing. We're going to install the battery box. We make a third tire. And then we start doing the left front suspension. And today, in section 39, it is all about the battery box. We get our first look at some wires and fun stuff like that. We get 3 lots of screws in this one. AM, DM, and PM. PM is a brand new screw that I hadn't had yet. And we're going to be working right in that spot, which is absolutely lovely. Oh geez. So they attached the switch to the battery box, which I don't want to do. So it just literally just plugs in. I believe it just plugs in like this. Yeah. So that's how it came. And that's how it'll stay once I've assembled it. But in order to install it now, I'm going to keep it separate. This is for the battery box. I believe, yeah, it looks like 3 AAAs will power this thing. We also get the battery cover. And this is the switch. Turn it on and all the electronics will turn on, so you can do all that stuff, and off to save the battery. You know, as you do. So step 1. Jeez. The thing that I don't like about this is how I'm supposed to install this, because it's very confusing. Oh, okay. So this actually installs like so. I just had to feed the wire through the openings down here so that it doesn't get caught on anything. There we go. And it will take 4 AM screws to hook this all together. Now it going into metal, I'm going to use my little oil cup, which probably has seen better days. It's just a little styrofoam cup. I've got to find a better one. Alright, we're in there because it's leaking through. I'll find a better one after this. I think I have a solution for it. That's 2 in, and I'm doing opposite corners so that they hold really well. Here's the third one going in. Now I'm not tightening them all the way down just yet. I want to make sure they're all in, and then I'm going to tighten them in succession. Here's the last type AM screw going in. There we are. And starting with this one, this will go all the way flat. It doesn't seem to want to hook. What's going on? That's weird. None of them are really grabbing. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to cut this now and do this close up because I'm having a problem with this. Be with you in a minute. Okay, that's a bit frustrating. The posts that this is supposed to be held into, they're not drilled properly. So I think they're probably over drilled. So this isn't even really held in all that strongly. It's not a big problem, but it's a problem, in my opinion. Anyways, next bit we do is put the cover on, and we take a PM screw, which is longer, and it's going to go right in through this hole. And it's going to secure the whole thing down. There we go. So right now it's held on mostly by that. I mean, it's held on by the other 4, but it's really held snugly with that PM screw. And I didn't use any oil on that because I figured it wouldn't really need it. Nothing's really needed the oil. So next, I've got to turn the bad boy over. Oh dear God. And I'm going to use my screw pack to hold it up. Yeah, just realized I'm not really that illuminated here. That's okay. Not the end of the world. So it says to place the on-off switch into this section here, right here, and it'll be covered with the switch holder by 2 AM screws. Okay, so get those out, because this is going to be a bit tricky, but once it's in, it's going to hold. If this wouldn't roll on me, it would be greatly appreciated. But that's the problem when you have rolling stock. It's not going to hold perfectly. Maybe that'll do it. Anyways, we get the first if it would just work with me, not against me. So it's holding all the way down now. I'm using my box cutter as a wheel block. And that's that. All right. And now the switch is in place. I will turn this to show you. There's the switch right there. And it works. And staying on this half, I'm going to lay it back down now so I don't need to hold it. So it wants us to reconnect. Oops, let's get back to proper setting. There we go. It wants us to reconnect the wires. I'm going to do it this way, so it's in the shorter one, because it wants us to leave this end for a later section. So we'll leave that off. And now we're going to be putting these little black sections into here, here, and here. And it's just going to be for wire tidy, so it'll hold itself together. And we're going to be using a DM screw, which is the one with the little flange on it. Yeah. This is just a pain because the wires want to go one way, the holder wants to go in another. There are some times where I don't like this stuff. Because for one reason or another, it just doesn't want to work. Unless I got different DM screws. I did get different DM screws. What the hell? It's not the one with the flange. My bad. It's a completely different DM screw. These don't have the flange on. That's why it wasn't holding. So if you're going to get two different types of DM screws with this set, and if you're keeping screws, just make sure they're not the flanged ones. It will not hold. There we go. Yep. Flanged ones are not the right ones. Now you can see it's holding quite beautifully now. This next one's going to be difficult because the wires are a little rotated. I think they were incorrectly soldered and they just went with it. But I'm not going to overly concern myself with it. It's just the way things are today. Not everything will go according to plan. 100% of the time, because, you know, reasons. So I managed to tidy down all those. I'll still have that loop, but that's okay. That is completely understandable. And the last bit, I think I can do all this, is... No, that should have been that. That's okay. I can combine them up here. Tidy those down. Just like that. And if it's absolutely necessary, which I think it will be, just for peace of mind, I'm going to hook that one in as well. And so when that's all finished, we have the battery box is in with its cover. It's holding in okay. Switch is in with its cover. And the wires are tidied down. And we have this plug, which is heading off down the vehicle to be attached later. And that, because it says right there, just trailing down. That's a generic idea of what they expect for your wire tidy. Yours may come differently. Yours may wind up differently, but mine are holding, mine are down. There's no... I don't see an issue. I'm not going to worry about it. so that's the end of stage 39. Stage 40, I'm also going to cover in this episode because I took the advantage of it when I first got it, because I always have an issue with these tires. So I went ahead and did it anyways. I did the marking properly, the tread location facing the right direction, which is all good. When it comes to being mounted, let's see if I can get this, it'll actually be here on the left side. But that won't come for a while. In the next stage, we're going to be starting the front left suspension. And section 12, which I also have here, we'll be continuing the front left suspension. We'll finish that off, the half shafts, and start on the right suspension, which means stage 13, which is on its way, we'll have the fourth tire. And once we have that, I'll have a full rolling chassis. So stage 13, we'll be halfway done. That's going to be incredible. Anyways, like I said, this is stage 39 and 40. If you enjoyed the video, please comment, and if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. More videos to come. Stay frosty.